Hey guys, how's it going? I'm welcoming you back to the Conversations About Nothing channel, but it's not another episode of Conversations About Nothing. Today, hey, I'm your boy Tuli. It's your boy Tuli. You can see me, you love it. Today is the first episode in a line of something I've always wanted to do, and as you can judge by the title, I'm reviewing an app. And like I said when the first video on the channel came out, that I will be doing more different stuff with the YouTube channel, and this is one of a bunch of things that I want to do. And I've answered in a couple of Q&As that it's something that I always want to do, and that's review stuff. And people that know me know I'm a tech head, or I'm into tech and I'm into apps. I'm an app hoe, as I call myself. So I like downloading, experiencing apps, kind of nitpicking and moving on to the next one. But if I really like you, you'll be in my phone and the next phone and the phone after that. So today, what's on the agenda today? Today I'll be reviewing PayToday. It's a Namibian app. It's a digital payment app. I'll explain what it is. Before I get into it, can you just quickly hit the subscribe button if you aren't subscribed, please? I'll wait. In fact, the car just drove by as I was waiting, because even the car knows you have to subscribe before I can continue with whatever it is I'm about to review. So, have you subscribed? Okay, thank you. So, what is PayToday? PayToday is a Namibian mobile payment app which allows you to basically send or receive money from people with any bank account. They describe like what type of account it should be or what type of card they should have on their website, which I think I'll leave a link in the description just for you to read up and see the frequently asked questions. So it allows you to send and receive from anybody who has the app, and pay businesses, donate to like different charities if they are registered, buy airtime, buy electricity. Yeah, you can do a bunch of things on it, and it's really cool. It's an app that I like to use. I've been using it maybe 3 years now. When did it launch? I used it from the year it launched until now. It's become more frequent now, but I've always been into it. I can dig it. Consider it Namibian PayPal, sort of. I don't know if that's appropriate, because we don't really have the full PayPal package here. I don't think I can call it a Namibian PayPal, but I think it's very close to it. So in this review, I'm going to delve into 4 major things. One is UI and performance, so I put those two together. 2 is the feature set that it has. 3, security, as it is a mobile or thing that deals with your money in your card, credit card, debit card things. I think security should be something that should be at the forefront. And then the last part is just suggestions that I have, and then we're good. So yeah, let's get into it. First, it's the UI and performance. So the UI, which stands for user interface, it's okay in terms of like looks. I think it's a hybrid applications, which are, how do I explain it? It's apps developed for both iOS and Android in sort of like a web package. So it's like sort of a web package down into native applications. I'm not really good at explaining that portion, but basically, let's say, yeah, so it's not developed in like specifically targeting, say, iOS or specifically targeting Android. It has bits that do that, but it's sort of developed as a whole, and then they sort of package it for iOS, package it for Android. That's why, even though you're not trained to look for some of these things, you can feel that it doesn't look like your other apps. It tries really hard, and it's actually gets very close to looking like other apps on your phone that are made for your platform, but it's yeah, it leaves a little to be desired, especially to the trained eye. With the UI, it's okay, but in terms of usability, the UX, user experience, I think it's actually quite chilled and straightforward. Like you go in there, like 5 tabs. I think I'll show it in the screen, whichever side I choose to put it. It shows 5 tabs, so it's basically the one of where you see the businesses, your contacts, and your recent purchases or payments. Those are like under one kathiniki. That's the main one you land on. And then it shows, yeah, your recent payments received or payments that have gone out. That one's another tab. Your profile tab, that one just where you can change your password, add cards, etc. And then it has a feature which just got launched maybe a couple of months back, where it's classifieds, where you so it's like a peer-to-peer selling thing, where I could basically go and say, okay, I'm going to, let me take a picture of this mouse. I'll put it on to sell it for $10, and I think you pay like $9.50 or something to upload it, and then boom, people can see it. And that's yeah, so it's the classifieds where you can see what people are selling, and then the last one on the furthest to your left, yeah, it should be the left, is basically the where you can upload your things and price and add the details, description of what you want to sell. So those are basically the five tabs that are there, which is cool, and I like that. So even going deeper into that in terms of the usability and the user interface, say a business has like 6 variants, and then 3 in Windhoek, and then like 1 in Swakop. You finish the numbers. Basically, within that business, so you would go, let me say the service station engine, then you'd go Windhoek, and then it will show the different ones that are in Windhoek. Say there's one in Okahanya. Why did I say that like an old white lady? Yeah. Say there's one there, then it shows, so it separates Windhoek, other town, but in Windhoek it shows the Hochland one, the what. So that's a cool separation that I like. And if you know which one you want, you can dig it. Or if you're in a shop and you're paying at the place, you just ask them which one it is, and bam, you can pay for it. It's quite easy. The UI is not like customizable, like you can hide a tab that you don't want to see, or you can move it around, etc. But I think it's okay. There's nothing invasive. The things that you want to see, you want to see. You can search through things very easily. You can find people you want, like your contacts that also have the app. You can send invites to people that don't have the app and you want them to use, and that's quite dope. And even though it's a hybrid app, the performance is relatively slick, and I believe them when they say, because you'll see it often when you're like either switching between tabs or the things are initially loading, then it says optimizing the experience for your device. And I actually believe them. So with UI and performance, I give them 3 out of 5. I think that's it's not something that lets me down terribly, but I think it could definitely be improved upon. Next we have features. So it has a bunch of features. So I'll just go through them. The first one is you're able to receive and send money to your contacts with the app, so all of y'all that always want to send people easy blue or e-wallets to other people because they are not from the same bank as you can get this app and not inconvenience people because they have to like withdraw the e-wallet or the easy wallet because they're not from that bank, and the other bank doesn't have to send people text 5 years after receiving only one easy wallet. You can just get PayToday, and cross bank transfers happen just like that. Or you send the money, and obviously it takes how many days to arrive in someone's account, unless obviously it's an emergency. You can do those other wallets, but for the most part, repaying someone or sending someone money, requesting money, you can do via the sending and receiving people to your contacts. So that's cool. I think it's just added convenience. You can have one app, boom, boom. So yeah, so you can send and receive, and you can like request. So it becomes a thing of no what. So you just send a request. You're like, yo dog, my $80, toma the shako, and the history is just there in terms of the contact to contact thing. The second one, you can pay businesses. So I do it a lot at my optometrist, different places I go to eat. I do that. I go there and I'm just like bam 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 ping, and the business receives a text. You pay the money, and that's that, because it just shows your name. You confirm with the people, yo, it is I. They ask, is this your name? Whatever you're supposed to pay, and that's also cool. And at Maruomo, you can pay for parking. So a ton of times I don't happen to have coins with me, and I also don't like standing at the ticketing thing. So sometimes I might have coins or the money, but I don't understand the ticketing thing. So I just pull out the phone, bam, I scan the card. And if the card is a bit wonky, as in the barcode, so you scan the barcode. If the barcode is a bit wonky, you can add the number yourself, and then you pay, and it tells you, yeah, you can chip out. So sometimes I just walk straight past the barcode thing. I go sit in my car, I enter the thing, and I pay. That's that. So that's quite useful. Grove has the one from the other company, the other competitor, which I'll review at a later stage. But yeah, so Maruomo has the PayToday parking, and Grove has the other, which I'll talk about at a later stage. And then it also allows you to donate to your charities. I've seen a bunch of charities that are on the application. Is it Winter Nights, or I think that's what it calls. So you can donate like a blanket you purchase, and that one's given to someone. I think Windhoek Charity, I think they're also on it, and a bunch of it has so many, like it's listed. So if you don't know a business, or you know a business rather, if you know a business and you search there, you're likely to find them. Or if you see a business not there, maybe encourage them to get it, because I think it changes a lot of lives, especially during like this corona time, so money doesn't have to exchange hands, and not all all businesses have the machines that can tap. So let's pay today and keep it moving. Another thing which I mentioned earlier is the selling and buying peer-to-peer style. So basically it allows you to sell your stuff to just earn some quick cash. So I can take a picture of my monitor, my laptop, etc., and say I'm selling it for how much. They take $9.50, $10, I don't know, I think it's $9.50 for you to upload your stuff, and people will see it. Okay, I don't know how long the review process is before people see it. So I don't want to say a lie and say they see it instantaneously. Maybe they review it just to make sure you're not selling like a baby. Yeah, that you're not like selling a baby or another human or whatever. I'm hoping they review it. If they don't, maybe review it. Just so you can sort of, it's not a thing of quality control, it's just you don't want to have an incident like the one on Superblist or Take A Lot, where the racist picture thingy was being sold and it was allowed, and y'all are just gonna say no, we can't control it. It's your platform. I think you can. So if you've sold something on it, you can just drop it in the comment section. Let me know, yo, I have the review thing or whatever. This is how it works. I think so I don't want to get ahead, get behind, be in the way of that part. Okay. And then obviously if you can sell, you can buy, and the buying, it's just straightforward. I think you can contact them, but yeah, then the payment, I'm assuming the payment has to happen through the app. I haven't bought from there yet, but I've seen some pretty interesting things being sold. So yeah, that's another plus. I think that feature came maybe 2 months ago, a month ago. I mean, we're in July right now. I think it came in May, but I'm not fully sure. And then And another thing I think is quite cool is that you can have more than one card in the app. So you can have, say you're one of those people who has like 3 bank accounts at 3 different places. So you can have your FNB, you can have your net bank, you can have your bank Vintuk, and they're all stored there, and you're good to go as long as your card is whatever approved, whatever security they mention it. Like I said, I'll link the PayToday website, and they explain some of these things a bit better than I do. But yeah, I think that's cool. So you have your multiple cards, and when you pay, you just choose whichever one, and bam. So the security, or should I explain how it works? I don't think I should. Okay, with the paying, like say at a restaurant, you go to a restaurant, you just, okay, I can show it here. So you basically, you choose the business, you go in, whatever amount they've asked you to pay, you pay it, boom, it shows, yeah, you've paid whatever, cool, thank you, and keep it stepping. But just before you pay, you have to enter your CVV number, which I think which is, yeah, we can move on to that sort of portion in terms of security, and how it's a sort of secure process in terms of paying, like having your card on and paying. Not just anybody can accidentally pay what unless obviously they have your details. So security, in an app where someone has to enter their card details, I think, like your credit or bank card details, I think security is the most vital. UI aside, whatever, I'm putting my card in. Can I trust that if your servers get hacked, my things will not be taken, or the however my passwords are hashed or encrypted, etc., all those things. So yeah, one, they personally don't store your actual card details. So if something does happen to their servers, the only thing people will get is maybe usernames and your encrypted passwords. That's basic, which is useless to them, unless obviously use the same username everywhere and your password, whatever. That's neither here nor there. That's just someone who has a lot of time and is quite evil. But your card details and your PIN, all those things, they don't store them. So I think that's quite, yeah, it's that's stored with like a secure gateway provider elsewhere. And I think that's, yeah, that's very secure, because payment um that payment provider is, their sole purpose is to handle this money back and forth and handle people's card details and whatnot. So their focus is heavily on security. I've worked with that gateway provider before, like in terms of my line of work and whatever, and they are legit. They provide to not just in Namibia, in Africa, like a bunch of places. You'd have seen them. I won't mention them because whatever. Unless you ask me in the comment section, I can probably give the name away. It's not that deep. I just don't want to bore you with that. And then the next level of the security, I guess, is in terms of when you purchase. Before every purchase, they ask you to enter the 3-digit CVV number, which is basically on the back of your card, there's like a 3, I forget what CVV stands for, but it's like 3 numbers which you should enter. So every time, and you are the only one that technically should know that number. Technically, in a perfect world, unless you give it to like your significant other, your brother, sister, whoever knows that number, they can purchase at a specific place, and bam. So that's basically the only layers of security. And I have an idea for another one in my suggestions. So that's basically the only security. I think it's adequate, but I think we can do a little bit better, can we not? I think we can do a little bit. We take it to the next level, or we give people the option. So my suggestions. The first suggestion I have is that with security, I'd like the option to add like a PIN, 4 digits, or your fingerprint, whenever you log into the app or whenever you open the app. Because the way it works right now is after you've signed up, you've put in your password, you're done. You've logged in, that's it. So anybody can technically open the app if they get your CVV number. If you are logged in, they just go in, they can purchase, they can pay airtime, electricity, or whatever if they have your CVV number. So I would like to have the option for people to either, toggle it on where, okay, I can add a 4-digit pin. Whenever this app has to be opened, I have to put the pin in. Or if my phone has fingerprint capabilities, I would like to make use of those capabilities. So before I open, let me just come on. This is me tuning the fingerprint because my fingerprint is at the front. Other people's ones are at the back. Then there are those at the side. And then Apple said no more. Anyway, so yeah, it shouldn't be enforced, but it should be an option that you can toggle on or off. Just another added security layer, which, yes, in the background you can encrypt everything you like and blah blah blah, but I'd also like that in the front end, not just when I'm paying, but before I even get to that option of paying. The next one is a suggestion, but okay, I do not know if y'all are looking into making each app fully native, but I think it could improve the performance a tad bit. If you obviously, I know it costs money. I know this more than anybody. It's resource intensive, it costs money or whatever, but not now. But 18 months from now, whatever, you launch strictly like developed in Swift or whatever, developed in Kotlin, Android and iOS versions of these apps. I think it would improve the experience a ton. Not a ton, I guess. Maybe a ton. But it will improve just certain things like toggling from tab to tab. A person doesn't have to wait for that loading like it's a browser or etc. You just sort of have the smooth gliding experience of the application. And it will have you guys be a bit more flexible with the UI and choices that you can make. So that's a suggestion just on the development side. And yeah, like I said, 18 to 24 months, y'all can look into it. You just take your time. The app is cool. It's cool. And also, I know we're going full future with this application in terms of the idea. Let's just have everything on my smartphone, etc. Let's do it. But I think maybe having a USSD version of the application will be quite cool. We have to see how we can make it work in terms of the amount of businesses you have. But in terms of maybe the business generates a code, sends it to the person, request, etc. But you have the USSD version of the app just so it allows the people in either the more remote areas or people who don't have smartphones to also transact via the app, pay businesses, pay suppliers, pay each other, transfer money. Then people don't either have to walk all the way to banks to make just things like that. I think having full USSD versions of it can take the access levels of the applications to the next level, and people without smartphones can also do the things with your platform. So yeah, the last one, I think I saw it somewhere, in terms of you guys availing your API for developers to integrate into to their websites. I think it might only be for WordPress, but I'm not fully sure. The thing I think I saw. But yeah, basically I think it would be cool if y'all have an API that's available, whether someone has to pay per month to make use of it, just to integrate it into different platforms like your websites. So if an artist is selling music by themselves on their website, people can pay via PayToday. If someone is selling art on their website or selling whatever, their transaction can happen via PayToday. Or if you do, because I know on SoundCloud for the podcast, I subscribe via PayPal, and every month the transaction, the reoccurring transaction happens via PayPal. Maybe you have something like that. You also allow the integration into mobile apps, and you just take over the world, ha 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 ha, or something like that. So I think that would be really dope. And those are the only suggestions I have. As I said, your app is actually quite cool. The feature set it has right now, it services me and it services a lot of people, and it's very, very useful. I love it. It's quite dope. um I really like this. I've been there since day one ish, and I think I've had it since like 2018, 17. When did you guys launch? I think you launched 2017. But basically, keep doing what you're doing at PayToday, and maybe you can integrate a suggestion or two here. Maybe I don't even know, or have like a beta test program which allows people to test. Maybe you guys have it at the office, but you can also do it for the public, sort of, like on the Play Store. There are beta versions or beta programs that people can go into to test. I think you guys can do that, and that would be dope. So overall, I love the app. I highly recommend everybody who has not done it to download it, please. It's secure enough, it's flexible enough, it's easy enough. Get it and you will not regret it. And yeah, that's it for my review today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give some feedback in the comments section or on Twitter at tulitokyo, TULITOKYO. I'm gonna write it down here because I'm not fully sure if I spelled it correctly. Instagram, the same thing. Or you can email the show at conversationsaboutnothing@gmail.com. Is it convo about? It'll also be written here because I forget it often. So yeah, you can drop the feedback there. You can drop it in the comments section. If you like the episode, drop a like. Just click the like button. I think it's this side. If you're on the phone, like this, drop a comment. It's just saying how much you like the show. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. It means a lot. We need grow. A young content creator such as myself just needs that little bit. So yeah, other than that, hope you enjoyed the day that you're checking this out on. Until next time, sharp.